बुद्धिज्म के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है। लेट्स स्टार्ट। बुद्धिज्म, Buddhism was founded by Siddhartha Gautam. Siddhartha Gautama. Okay. What does it centers around? It centers around understanding the nature of suffering and the path to enlightenment. That means suffering. Understand the suffering. What are its causes and how to end the suffering, and path to enlightenment. Path to enlightenment. So Buddhism centers around understanding the cause of suffering, nature of suffering, and how to end the suffering, and the path to enlightenment. Okay. So next, what are the core teachings? What are the core teachings of Buddhism? Core teachings. So life is very unsatisfactory and life is filled with suffering. There are many sufferings in life. So दुख, life में बहुत दुख बड़े बड़े. Okay, and what are the causes of this dukh, this suffering? What are the causes? The causes is desire and attachment. Desire and attachment. आपकी इच्छाएं ही आपके दुखों का कारण. Desire and attachment. So, how to end all the sufferings? By overcoming the desires. अपनी इच्छाओं को overpower कर दो, overcome कर दो. Overcome the desires. Okay, and how to do that? How to overcome the desires? Follow the eightfold path. Buddha says, follow the eightfold path. What is the eightfold path? We will do it in the next heading. So let's go for eightfold path. Eightfold path. Okay, follow this path and all the desires will be ended. One will be able to overcome the desires. And what is the eightfold path? Do the right things. What? Right understanding. Right understanding. Next, do what? You should have the right intent. You should have commitment to ethical self-improvement, mental self-improvement. You should have the right intent. Okay, you should have the mental improvement. Next, one should have the right speech. Speech means speak truthfully. Okay, speak the truth and be kind to others. This is right speech. Next, what is right action? The action is you should do the actions which do no harm to others. Doing no harm to others. You should have right action. Next one is you should earn right livelihood. Ajivika. That means earn living in a way that do no harm to others. Okay, earn a living, do a work which does no harm to others. Okay. Next one is right effort. Your efforts should be right. That means you should live with a positive state of mind. Do positive, think positive. Your efforts should be in a positive state of mind. Okay. Second is right mindfulness. Right mindfulness. Your mind should be filled with positive thoughts. Okay. Develop awareness about your body, about your feelings, about your mind. Fulfill your mind. Fill your mind with positive thoughts. Okay. Develop awareness about the body, your feelings, and your mind. This is right mindfulness. Next is right concentration. Concentration means focus. Concentration means focus. That that means practice meditation on daily basis. Achieve mental focus. Focus your positive energy and be clearer. Have a clarity of mind. That is right concentration. Now the next, there are three universal truths which should be in your mind while practicing yoga, while practicing meditation. So those three truths are three truths. First one, everything is changing. Everything is in a constant state of change. Everything is changing. So the first one is everything is changing. Second one is life is full of suffering and dissatisfaction. Life is full of suffering. And third is there is no permanent self. No, there is no permanent self. There is no soul. There is no permanent self. So cultivate non-attachment. Always cultivate non-attachment. Okay. By doing so, you will get out of the bondage of sticking to yourself. No attachment. Cultivate non-attachment. So these were the four truths of Buddhism. Now let's learn about how Buddhism expanded across Asia. Let's go for Buddhism expansion. Buddhism expansion across Asia. Across Asia. So how did Buddhism expand? How? So the reason work, missionaries work, trade routes, silk trade routes, cultural adaptation, royal patronage by the various rulers, okay, monastic communities and translation of text. So the first one is Emperor Ashoka. He played a very crucial role. He sent missionaries to various parts of Asia, including our neighboring countries, Sri Lanka, Myanmar. So the first role is in expansion is missionary work. For example, missionaries sent by King Ashoka to Sri Lanka and Myanmar. Second is trade routes. For example, silk trade route. Okay, this trade route facilitated the spread of Buddhism to China, Central Asia, okay, Thailand, Indonesia. Okay, the trade route was silk trade route. Silk road. Okay, so next third one is cultural adaptation. How Buddhism adapted to local cultures and traditions. Okay, the cultures and traditions that were going on in the locals. Okay, so Buddhism become more accessible and more appealing to a diverse population. So what did Buddhism do? Adapted what? Adapted local cultures. Local cultures. Adapted local traditions. So people accepted Buddhism easily. Okay, what else? Local rulers, the Raja Rani, they gave royal patronage, they supported Buddhism. Okay, they supported Buddhism. They established Buddhist institutions, monasteries, okay, and spread its teachings. So local rulers supported Buddhism. Next, how monasteries were established. Monasteries were established for spreading the teaching of Buddhism. Monasteries was established. Okay. These monasteries were the centers for learning, for practicing, and for the dissemination for the Buddhist teachings. Okay. So next, what else was done? The Buddhist scriptures were translated into local languages so that it was easy for the locals to learn the teachings of Buddhism, to learn about its practice. Okay, So Buddhist scriptures were translated for the easier understanding of Buddhism. Buddhist scriptures were translated. Okay. So this was the video for writing the mains of UPSC. For writing the UPSC mains for the upcoming examination, in the upcoming examination. So what would be the question for that? The question would be, discuss the core teachings of Buddhism and what factors contributed to its expansion across Asia.